Hi, a long time no talk. This is Dodie with Fast Food Addict. I wanted to do a follow-up. I've been promising for a couple months to do measurements, but life got in the way, lots of things going on. So my spill, I started out highest weight 270 pounds. I had surgery on December 8th, 2017 with Alejandro Lopez at ALO Bariatrics in Tijuana, New Mexico. My pre-surgery weight, or so the day of surgery weight, was 242.8 pounds. I had, or my lowest weight has been 129.4, but I've been fluctuating between 129 to a 135. This morning I was 130.1 pounds. As far as the Duodenal Switch goes, I think everything went great with it. I've lost a total of about 140 pounds, which I'm very happy with. I'm glad I did the surgery, and I've been maintaining. One of my last videos did talk about some of the issues that I've been having, lower back issues. So I've been having shots, trying to figure out how to help with the degenerative disc disease, the pain from sitting, and the shots have not been successful. I had one more shot scheduled to try in a little different area, and that was scheduled for Thursday, but I had to cancel that for a different surgery. I'm trying to catch up since December, so it might be kind of a long video. I have been seeing a GI doctor because of the elevated enzymes and trying to figure out why they're elevated. It's very common for weight loss patients or when you're going through weight loss to have elevated enzymes. However, with mine being high for so long, I've been trying to maintain, and I think I've been maintaining since like December, January. With that, my enzymes have lowered slightly, but not where they need it, not in a normal range at all, and then they'll spike back up. So what we ended up doing is a liver biopsy. We did that in February. The liver biopsy came back as no permanent damage. I do have inflammation, but we just don't know why. The doctor has taken me off of all medications, no Tylenol, no ibuprofen, no supplements or vitamins, which for DSR I was nervous about. So we've been monitoring my my vitamin levels. My D is the only one that's still, low at 17. Getting a little low on the B. The K that I was low on, it went back up. So I was able to, through my primary doctor and the GI doctor, determine that it's okay for me to start taking vitamin D supplements, and that's all that I've been adding in so far. He did request, my primary suggested that I do like the hair, skin, nails, and my GI didn't think that was necessary at this time. He'd rather try to get the liver issues figured out first before adding anything in like that. He explained that a lot of times the supplements and vitamins that you get, they can have added things that could be causing numbers to rise. And so he only wants me to take what's absolutely necessary. Oh, the other thing that he did agree that I take was some Flexerol, which is a muscle relaxer for my back. because with my back, it's constantly hurting. If I sit for longer than 20 minutes, it hurts. Walking for longer than 20 minutes, it hurts. And I'd say the pain level is about a 4 because it's constantly there. If I start moving around more, or try to lay on my side, it will go up to, or even lay on my back the wrong way, it'll go up to a 7 very quickly, like in 10 minutes. I did try to go to the movie, and sitting there through Aquaman a couple months ago, I did something to push my hip out, and so I couldn't walk over Christmas. It was about a week of pain that I couldn't put pressure on it. Trying to get up the stairs was just horrible. When I went to the pain and spine specialist, she said it's probably something to do with the disc, and that's where we discussed possibly doing another shot in the hip joint area to see if maybe that would help. But as far as working goes, I'm still not working. I'm still trying to get disability through my previous employer, and they're just trying to fight it. Even though I have so much going on, it's just not. The one doctor that I seen, the independent medical examiner that they sent me to in January, or I guess it was February, he said that I, did have some issues, and he gave me limitations to sit and do a sit-down job, which is weird because I can't sit down. I think I would do better at a stand-up job. So, just the medical records that he had to go through, and they don't seem to have information from the primary showing those limitations. The depression and anxiety has been horrible. Again, not being able to work, feeling like a failure. The anxiety about finances, things like that has been, of course, depressant. I did start seeing a therapist, and I think that might help. My first visit was last week, but just over the last couple months, just kind of down in the dumps and just kind of feeling sorry for myself, wanting to stay busy, but also just not having the energy and the gump to do anything. With the kidney stones, the great news there is that the first time that I've gone in probably 2 or 3 years, I haven't had any blood in my urine when you do the urine test at the doctor's, so that was pretty exciting. I did do a regular x-ray just to see if there was any kidney stones in, I think it was February. They couldn't see anything. They said that I had bowel blockage, or significant bowel in there, which is, I guess, even as a DS, as much as we go, you can still have some higher up. So they couldn't get a clear picture, but they couldn't see any kidney stones on the x-ray. I did do a 24-hour urine kit and blood work. I just got that turned in yesterday, so just waiting on the results on that to see why I'm making kidney stones. Again, I've been making them for, since 92, so is that 16, 17 years that I've been making those. And they're always the same, the oxalate stones. And I'm not a big red meat eater. Try to stay away from those foods, but they're also the healthy foods too. Raspberries, broccoli, certain teas. Anyways, let's go on my measurements because that's pretty exciting. I didn't take them at my highest of 270, but I did start like a pre-op surgery measurements, and I did this November 21st, 2017. At that time, I was 252.9 pounds, so I had already lost 17.1 pounds by this point. My chest was 45 inches. My right arm was 18, left arm 18. waist 45 inches, hips 57, and I know my hips were in the 60s. A right thigh 29.5, left thigh 29.5, weight again 252.9. My breast was 51.5, and my belly button was 50. Now I did these new measurements again at 130.1. My chest was 34, so that is at 11 inches lost. My right arm was 12.5, left 12, so that's a 6-inch loss on my right arm and a 5.5 on my left. My waist from a 45 to a 34, so that's 11. Hips down to a 40 on the hips. And I think that's, I still have a lot of belly, that overhang there. And previously I was 57, so 17 inches on that from when I started tracking. My right thigh, I was 20, and left thigh 19.5. So 10 inches on the right lost, 9.5 on the left. My breasts, 35 3/4. And that was a 16-inch lost. Yeah, I lost my boobs. Belly button 35.5 down from a 50, so that was 14.5. So overall 90.5 inches lost, and I'm 62 inches tall. So I'm pretty excited about that. Talking about boobs, some of the issues that I've had now is, going to get measured. Have a hard time finding a bra. Usually I'm falling out either at the bottom or at the top because they're not as full as they were. I finally got into Victoria's Secret, and they're measuring me at a 32D or double D to 34 double RD. I wasn't able to find anything that I felt comfortable in at Victoria's Secret. I did find some at Dillard's, but $70 bras. I'm still not sure if I'm going to stay the size or, still maybe drop a little bit more. Later on, I'm only 5'2". So, another 10-15 pounds may make a difference. So I didn't want to spend that much on that. But I did go to Lane Bryant, and it was kind of cool because, when I walked in, I saw bras there for, 15 years ago. Their quality is so great. Yes, they're $50, $60 bras, but they last. Take care of them. She's like, I don't know if we're going to have your size in stock, but we could probably order it online. And she came to measure me, and she's, yeah, you are tiny. And she measured up here where Victoria's Secret does down here. So up here, she measured me as a 32, and double to triple D. So I tried a few options there, but with them not having it in stock, the one that I liked, I like the t-shirt bras, or the bras that will hold down the fat right here. Here's my arms, because I know that's a lot of people wonder about that. I do have some jiggly. But right here, when you wear a bra, I'm having a lot of this extra flab. And with the t-shirt bras, or those back smoothing bras, back and side, those are the ones that I really liked and fell in love with at Lane Bryant previously. And so I wanted to get some more of those. I ended up finding a bra at Kohl's, and they had their white sale on last weekend, so I picked up a few. But it is very difficult with having the smaller band size, and in the D, I'm having a hard time finding those. Usually you can find 34 or 36 with a D, it being 32 or 30, and that was my problem. Is I was getting, maybe a 36, and I'd fall out the bottom because the band just wasn't tight enough. And then I was causing, because I'm in the wrong bra size and my breasts hang a kind of pendulum type, I was causing the upper back pain. And I did have a consult with a plastic surgeon scheduled for this Thursday. And he supposedly is a great doctor in Utah, Dr. Dr. Chicks, I believe. And he got that scheduled. My insurance accepts him. I don't know if my insurance is going to pay for the breast reduction. That's what I want. I don't really want to do, implants or anything. Because I've always just had the, larger breasts. It'd be kind of nice to have a smaller and fit into smaller clothes instead of having to go into the larger just because of your breasts being large. And then also about the extra skin in the panty, because one of the spine doctors that I seen, he's mentioned that the pannus could be causing some of the tingling and numbing in my legs, and some of the lower back issues, complications as well. So if the insurance will pay for it, then I'll see about getting that done while I'm not currently working. And if they won't, then I will just kind of see what he recommends, what he suggests doing, and then start working towards that goal. Maybe a year or two down the line, we'll see. Maybe even going to Mexico, because there's a lot of great surgeons that I'm seeing out there. I really like to be the one and done. The other issue that I was having is and again, these aren't necessarily DS related, so I don't want to scare you if you're considering the surgery. I have suffered with hemorrhoids for several years. I have 3 girls, and they were, again, I'm a 5'2". 2 of them were almost 9 pounds when they were born. They were born a little bit early, maybe 1 to 2 weeks early. And then my last one was the smallest, and she was just over 8 pounds. No, she was 7 pounds, but then she dropped weight under 7. So, and she was 3 weeks early due to I started preeclampsia, and my blood pressure was so high. I had previously had 2 C-sections. The first one was breech, and then that kind of started that. So I never had to do the pushing in pregnancy, but with having that heaviness on there, it can cause constipation as you're pregnant. And then again, for being obese, having issues with constipation my whole life, those were a lot of the contributing factors to having hemorrhoids. And if you've suffered from them, they're no fun. Usually, the last couple of days, you get the tucks and the suppositories, anything you can, sitz bath, anything you can to help relieve those. After the DS, sometimes your stool you're going so many times a day, losing the weight, and I can feel them more. And then, of course, sometimes that stool that you're passing a lot of the bile too. And that bile just was stinging, that it would sting for hours after I go to the bathroom in the morning. So I finally, had been complaining about that to my primary, got a referral, and the referral that I was given said that I could only do, or they only do internal hemorrhoids, and mine was on the outside. Usually internal, you can't feel them, and I knew that I had some internal, but the ones that were really bothering me was the external, and the burning so much after. And then with as much as we go, a couple times in the morning, it was just miserable. Anyway, I went back to my primary just last month, and I asked him for a referral for somebody that would help me with the external ones, and he gave me a great referral. I got in within a couple days, and I was scheduled to have the hemorrhoidectomy. I ended up having a stage 4 hemorrhoid. The stage 4 is a hemorrhoid that does start inside and it goes down and then it stays down. It won't go back up. Some people will have a stage 3 that will go down and it'll be down there for a little bit, but then it will go back up. And then there's like stage 1 that it's there, but you don't, again, doesn't cause any pain, just inflammation. And then the 2 goes down a little bit, but doesn't come all the way out. So mine that was giving me trouble was the stayed all the way down, so it was internal and external. Well, I've been very nervous about that surgery, the pain. When I asked my GI about it previously, he said, no, I don't recommend that surgery. It's not worth the pain that you have going through it. It's excruciating. But I've heard a lot of people say, yeah, once you get through the first week, then, it's the best thing that I've done. So with the pain being as it was, the singing for hours after I go to the bathroom, I felt, okay, well, if I can get through that first initial, there's goodness, it'll be good later on. So I went ahead and scheduled the surgery, and I actually had that this morning. So I'm doing really good. I'll post a separate video on that. If you're interested in that, you can listen to those reviews or listen to those videos. But again, doing very well. Pain right now. He did a lot of extra lovely shots to help numb. So, and then I've got pain medication. Pain medication is I'm still having difficulty with taking the pain medications, causing attacks or spasms. One thing that I am looking into right now is what's called sphincter of Oddi, and this is something after your gallbladder is removed. You used to have like those gallbladder type of attacks. It's very hard to diagnose. A lot of people miss it. A lot of people go to the ER and they can't find anything. Luckily, I had posted it on one of the DS Facebook support groups, my issues with taking medication and having those severe attacks. And they said, well, why don't you look into this, sphincter of Oddi or SOD? And it sounded familiar. I did talk to my GI about that, and we're kind of looking at that route now that the liver biopsy came back as just inflammation. We are, I've got a standing order next time I have an attack to go in and get tested to see if that elevates the enzymes, and we can kind of start to go in that direction if it looks like that may be what's causing some of the issues. I think that's the best, or a little bit of update on everything. A lot to go over. It's been a couple months since I posted anything. I don't want to always post sad stuff, but I'm just been going through a lot, and again, it's just a lot of it is non-DS related, so I don't want to scare people. But I guess it is something that can maybe help other people, or just update how well, the weight loss has gone. And am I still happy that I had the surgery? Yes, I'm very happy to see that I've lost 140 pounds. My family, I'm wearing my daughter's clothes. They're wearing mine now. My husband keeps saying, I don't recognize you anymore. You're too skinny. And then I'm still thinking, well, skinny, I'm still fat. And that's because I still have the tummy issues. So if you're going through that too, and you feel like I've lost all this weight, but why, I've got all this tummy issues, not tummy issues, but the tummy fat. And that's the last place for me to lose too. And it's starting to go down a little bit, but I guess I'm still happy. Clothes look better on me. I look much healthier, and I'm kind of swollen because of the surgery today, the anesthesia, but I do feel a lot better. And if I can get all of these other side issues, the back and the liver and stuff taken care of, then I think I could rule the world. So anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below, like and subscribe so I can keep going. And I'll keep you updated on any new progress. Alright, I hope everybody's doing well, and if you're deciding on the surgery, keep searching. Find the right doctor for you. If you don't feel comfortable, or, keep looking, because you're going to find one that's going to fit for you. Alright, take care.